All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to a very special episode of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here today on this early Friday morning. If you're here live, it is Friday, March 29th, 2024. It is 4:21 a.m. Pacific time in my neck of the woods here in the San Francisco Bay Area, Northern California, where I live. 7:21 a.m. Eastern time. Again, good morning to you all. If you're here live, if you're watching this later, good day to you, whatever time that may be. Before I get to this, let me first of all make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. Let me check out the back end of YouTube. And the back end of YouTube is rolling well. Let me also make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out. Looks like it just did. Let me do a sound check real quick. Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here today on this early Friday morning if you're live. All right. All is rolling well. Okay. First things first. If you are here live and you cause any issues, any type of trolling, soft trolling, or anything just negative, you will be immediately banned. This is a very, very serious show. And I want you all to take this very, very serious because there's a gentleman out here that I've known for probably 5 or 6 years now that is going through a lot. He is struggling severely at this point, and I would like to do whatever I can to possibly help him and hopefully help him through the resources that I have. So, anyway, I'm not going to deal with any past people that have been known trolls, known hijackers of my channel. Some people have abused their moderator wrench. Please, just go away. Leave me alone. If you keep coming back, you will continue to be removed. I'm serious. I'm very serious. Okay? If you come in with funny sock account names, you will be immediately removed and not even acknowledged. I'm just not going to put up with this. This is very serious, like I said. This gentleman needs help and deserves to get help. He's a good man, and I don't want any distractions. And all of you grown-ass adults out here that just want to troll because you're miserable deep within, this is the way that you can, pathetically make yourselves feel better. I don't want that here. I don't. Okay? Grow the hell up and move on. Go find someone else you can play your games on, okay? So with that being said, wow, we have 15 people here already. Good morning to all of you. This is on the main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. The topic or title of this stream is Please, Let's Help MJ. And give me a second here because there's something going on with the back end of YouTube. You can't access certain parts. I think they're doing some updates. So I've got to access this a different way. Okay. So the title of this stream is Please, Let's Help MJ at Mystic Warrior, which is, Mystic-Warrior, which is his YouTube handle. Please, let's help MJ, plus avoiding the consequences of risky decisions. One more time. Please, let's help MJ, plus avoiding the consequences of risky decisions. Okay. I've thought I've thought long and hard about how I want to approach this because I know MJ, you're going through a lot. MJ's going through a lot. He's been putting out a bunch of very seriously natured videos on his channel this past week. I did a stream last night to initially address the situation and to, show my support and offer my support. I was also curious about some things, regarding, what happened to MJ because, he mentioned that, he's broke and, he's got no friends and he's just struggling all around. And it broke my heart to hear that, honestly, MJ. And I was wondering this because, as I mentioned on the stream I did here on Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, the main channel, yesterday. He was someone that was using the stage name called Mr. Tumnus about a year ago and was donating large amounts of money to many creators, including myself. He ended up sending me, I believe it was $600 total. He did the same thing to many other creators. And once again, I'm very grateful and thankful for that. I also mentioned that, if I had that amount of money to give back to him right now, I would. I just don't have that amount of available money. I've got a lot of bills. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, and things are very tight. But I'm going to try to help him, in other ways. And I'm going to get to that here in just a little bit. But I also saw that that MJ put out a response video directly towards me. And I listened to it, MJ, and I thank you for sharing your thoughts. The first thing I want to mention is my level of authenticity regarding wanting to help you. You, along with others that have responded to, your videos in the comment sections, are trying to basically say, or at least you think that I'm trying to use this as a way to grow my channel. I'm trying to use this for YouTube clout or whatever. That is definitely not the case. But let's be real about it. I am a YouTuber. I've been a YouTuber for 6 years. And I've been doing the life coaching thing for 6 years. And this is what I do to help people. And what I do out here and the amount of time I invest out here, takes time away from me being able to make money elsewhere to pay my bills. So yes, this is a business here and I am here to make money, but I'm here to make money the right way. And I'm also here to help people that are struggling at no cost. And what would be the problem if I helped someone like MJ get back on his feet and the channel made a little money doing that? There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing in life is free. I got bills to pay too, right? Just because I'm here running a business and I'm here to make money to also pay my bills doesn't mean I don't want to legitimately help someone. I do. That's what I've always done out here. Robert, I have not gotten your email, and that's not the real you. Okay? I haven't gotten any of your emails over the last few days, unless you just sent one. Yeah, I know there's a couple people trolling, and that's fine. We're just going to remove you. It's not a big deal. It's not that difficult to do. Thank you very much to the 23 people that are here. Good morning to you, or good day to you if it's afternoon or evening in your neck of the woods, regardless of where you're at across the globe. YouTube's a global platform. We never know who's going to be watching, right? So the truth of the matter is, MJ, I do care about your well-being. I always have cared about your well-being, and I've always wanted to help you. I've always wanted to help people. I care about people. I have other people's best interest in my head and heart, especially when they're struggling and going through things like you are. And that's all I can do is say how I feel. It's up to you if you want to believe what I'm saying or not. It's up to you and everyone else. I can be the most sincere person on the planet. I can prove my sincerity, and people would still question it because some people are just not going to like myself or other creators, right? No matter how good we do things or how good we are, right? And that's because they are internally struggling with other things. Primarily, they don't have love for themselves, and they're projecting their insecurities onto people like myself because they wish they could be as happy as I am or others that they're doing this to are, right? So I'm being sincere from the bottom of my heart. Completely. So now that that is out of the way, a few other things that MJ mentioned in his response video to me. You know, he mentioned, how am I going to help him? I'm going to get to that in a second here. Additionally, MJ responded to an honest question I asked yesterday regarding, you know, if he's broke, how was he able to donate such large donations to many people about a year ago or so? We're talking literally thousands of dollars. And it's really none of my business or anyone's business what his finances are. But now, because he's in a situation where he needs help, you know, he wants to be transparent. So he put this out there, and I'm just responding to his transparency. Okay. You know, I want to respect his privacy and respect his wishes, but he put this out there publicly. So, you know, I was just wondering, you know, what was going on. And what he mentioned was last year. You can go watch the video on his channel. You can click in the title I tagged him in. You can click that tag and go to his channel, and you can watch the response video to me and any other videos he's done on that channel, especially the ones he's done this week that are relevant to all of this, okay? But he said that about a year ago or so, he had tons of money, and he just wanted to, you know, help people out, including me. I'm really super grateful and thankful for your very generous donations, MJ. I really, truly am. Really, truly am. That says a lot. But he said that he made a couple of, you know, investments that went bad, went south, and he lost it all. And at that point, I was like, oh, man. I was like, oh, man. Now I understand what happened. You know, he gambled on some high-risk stocks. Probably got some good tips from friends, or even maybe a stockbroker or a financial advisor. I don't know how you manage your money. That's none of my business. But you know, people either go through a financial advisor, stockbroker, etc. Right? Okay. And I'm thinking that he invested a lot of his money on one stock. That's what people typically do. They'll invest in, if you have disposable income. Now, first of all, let me make this clear before I go further. First of all, I am not a financial advisor. One, I am not a financial advisor. And I am not giving any advice here. I'm not giving any financial advice. I'm just sharing what I know about the industry. Because I'm actually an insurance broker, and I've dealt with financial advisors, including ones that I'm working with and have worked with in the past for my own finances. But I'm not going to get into my finances here. I just know how the system works. But I am not a financial advisor. I am not giving any financial advice to MJ or anyone else. I am just stating what I know about the industry and what I feel happened here. And I'm also going to share with you folks out there, other people, how you can avoid the consequences of risky decisions, hence the second part of the title of the stream. So basically, I don't know exactly how MJ invested his money. It's none of my business. It's his business. But he had mentioned in his video that he invested, I guess, in a high risk stock or something that could have, brought him a large return, possibly doubled or tripled his money, right? And it went south, and he lost all the money he invested. He had money left over, and he tried it again with the majority of the remainder of his money, trying to recover at least some of what he lost, and then he lost that as well. So pretty much he lost it all. I feel terrible for your loss, MJ. I feel absolutely terrible for the loss. And I'm going to do whatever I can to help you. I have some suggestions. I'm going to even throw things out to my audience here, because I feel somebody within my network of good, decent people that I have here, they may be able to help you get back on your feet. But, I've got to also state my thoughts about making, risky investments, especially as you get older. Now, I just turned 50 years old this past December 17th, last year in 2023. So I'm 50 years old. I believe MJ is like in his mid-50s or a few years older than me. He's between his early to mid-50s. He's around the same age as I am, a little bit older, right? And at this point, you're looking at MJ and I technically being about 10 to 15 years away from retirement, right? And at this age, from what I've learned since my younger days of having 401k retirement plans, and I have retirement now as well. I'm not going to get all into it, but I've always had a retirement plan, and I've always rolled it over. And from what I've learned through these retirement plans, through networking and meeting financial advisors that have securities licenses and can sell, you these plans as well, and stocks and all that, right? If you're going to take a large risk in the stock market, you want to do it during your younger days. As you get older, into your 40s and 50s, taking these types of risks could devastate you financially and basically almost render you homeless and affect you from being able to retire at, around 65, which is when most people retire, right? Okay. So from what I've learned and talked about with many people, including other, people that are licensed financial advisors, I met, like I said, when I used to network in person many years ago, when I first became self-employed over 15 years ago, when I used to network in person, I met a lot of financial advisors. Hello, Michael. Yeah, I mean, we're not looking for stock advice here, but thank you for being here. As long as you're not trolling, you're welcome to stay. We'll keep an eye on you, though. Thank you. By the way, there's also a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out, folks. So if you chat legitimately, it takes a little longer for me to respond. That's the reason why I have a 1 minute delay on the stream. So you shouldn't be taking risks. I'm not bashing you, MJ. I'm not criticizing you. I'm sharing this so other people that are thinking of doing the same thing you did think twice. Okay? Now, let me give you an example regarding myself. In my younger days, when I first started working at age 15 and a half, I was working for a movie theater called the Hillsdale Cinema in San Mateo, California. And I worked there 4.5 years. And that job had no benefits and had no 401k retirement. It was just a basic job, right? Unless you got into management, they didn't offer that to employees. But at age 20, I quit the movie theater and got hired on with Costco Wholesale. I worked for Costco Wholesale for 5.5 years, and Costco has some of the best benefits in the, retail / wholesale type of, business. And I had a 401k retirement plan with Costco. I've since, back in those days, rolled it over to other jobs I had. And when I became self-employed, I've rolled that over as well. You have what are called IRAs, individual retirement accounts. You can always roll over your money from job to job, or if you go from the corporate world or working for somebody else to working for yourself, you have individual retirement plans. There's different ways you can do it. But when I first qualified for a 401k retirement plan for Costco, it's not a stock, it's cryptocurrency. Yeah, I'm not a big crypto person. But okay, cool. Yeah, thank you for sharing your thoughts. When I first qualified to sign up for the 401k retirement plan through Costco Wholesale, they allowed us to put up to 15% of our pre-tax dollars that we get paid into the plan. Okay? If I remember correctly, I think we got paid every 2 weeks at Costco. So you could put anywhere from 1% to 15%. Well, I was young. I didn't want to put 15% in there. I didn't even want to put 10% in there. I put 5% of my pre-tax dollars I was making at Costco. And back in those days, Costco had just merged with Price Club. It was called Price Costco for like a year, and then they changed all the locations to Costco Wholesale. Even the old Price Clubs are now called, and since then have been called, Costco Wholesale, right? It was an exciting time for the company, and Costco's always been a strong company and done well. So I was talking with some of my friends, and we were all just about to sign up for the 401k, and we were trying to figure out how do we what should we do? Should we put it 100% in Costco stock and let it ride because we're young, or should we put it in mutual funds? Now, if you don't know what mutual funds are, it's a bunch of stocks in a portfolio that's managed by, your stockbroker or your financial advisor or, whoever is running your, 401k retirement plan, right? Or IRA, individual retirement plan, right? And I was talking with some of the guys and gals, and we all said Costco's doing great. The Costco stock was like at $30 at that point. And we're like, that's low. Why don't we all just put in 100% of whatever we contribute to our 401k into Costco stock, right? Because we were young. We were like in our early 20s. And, if we lost the money we were putting in there, no big deal. We had plenty of time to make up for it down the road, right? When you're younger, you have longer to make up for any failed risk, okay? So what happened? The Costco stock started going up. And it got up to like $110 or something like that, maybe a little less. I think it was around $110. And we all got in at $30. And some of the people working there were putting 10 to 15% pre-tax dollars in there. I was only putting in 5, right? So what happened? The Costco stock hit $110. And then it did what's called a split. Sometimes companies will split the stock 2 for 1, so, which that way it doubles your shares if you're a current shareholder, and it then lowers the cost of the stock, right? So that way more people can buy it cheaper, right? So Costco did a planned split. They gave us 2 for 1 shares plus 1 additional share on top of that. Okay, freaking fantastic, right? So, for example, let's say I had 100 shares. I don't remember the exact amount. Let's say I had 100 shares of Costco stock. Okay. And then the price of the stock went from $30 to $110 over a short period of time, like 5-6 months, right? Then it splits, right? When it splits, the price goes from $110 a share to $55 a share. But we double the shares that we have in our current stock through our 401k plan. So I believe I had 100 shares. I went to 200 shares and got an additional share after that, right? But then after it split, it ended up going back up to $80 within like the first few months. So at that point, every time it went up $1, if you have 201 shares, you're making 201 additional dollars every time it goes up. At that point, contributing, hey, WrestleMania, how you doing? Welcome. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm sorry about that, folks. Dawn just woke up, and I got up before her to do this show, so I just wanted to let her know I was live on the air. It's all good. Dawn is doing fantastic. I'll share more about her. I'll probably do a walk later today on the other channel, Coach Eli, 2 Authentic Live Streams. I'll share more, but things are just really, really good with Dawn. Really good. DJT stock is up too. Okay, cool. Right on. So after the stock split and it went from 55 to 80, at that point, I was like, I had about $30,000 in my 401k plan, putting in just 5%. And I was sitting there and I was hitting myself on the head because, you know, my friends that put in 10% had like 60K in there, and the people that had 15% had 90K. And the general manager at Costco was a really cool guy. I mean, I was in my early 20s and he was like in his early 40s. That's still pretty young for like a general manager of a Costco. He was a really cool, actually, he was 35. He had 100% of his 401 in Costco stock. And we were all just like on cloud 9, right? But I've always been smart. And I said, you know what? We've all gotten really lucky. I'm young. We've gotten really lucky. But at some point, it's going to turn. And now is the time to stop, the high risk. Okay. And I made a good decision because the stock started going a little bit down after that. And it would go up and down, up and down. But that huge trend upwards was done. I rode that wave. But I also was feeling like, okay, I mean, this luck can't last forever, right? Okay. So what did I do? I diversified into mutual funds. Now, mutual funds, like I said earlier, is like a portfolio of companies. And it's less of a risk because you're not just gambling on one company. You're like gambling on 20, right? And if a few of them, go down and the rest go up, you're still making money. Like mutual funds are less risky. So I diversified to mutual funds. Now, I mentioned this because at age 50 now, there's no way in hell I would take that risk I did back in my early 20s. Taking that risk back in my early 20s, had I lost it all, I had plenty of time to make it up. It was a gamble worth taking. And when you're in your 20s, this is my opinion. I'm not giving anyone advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But my opinion is if you're going to take a large risk in the stock market or through your 401k retirement plan, you want to do it between, throughout your 20s and maybe into your early to mid 30s. By the time you hit 35, you got to slow down the risk factor because by the time you hit 35, okay, by that point, you may have a family, a husband, a wife, kids, and it's just not worth the risk, right? Now, if you're going to risk buying into a high risk stock, in my opinion, after age 35, you want to do it with money that you can afford to part with. I mean, you want to do it with money that you can afford to lose. So, for example, let's say you're worth $1 million and you want to gamble 100,000. That may be okay. But if you risk 800,000 out of that million and you lose that, how devastating would that be to your family if you had a family? All right, I don't need this. I mentioned this not to be critical to what you did, MJ. Um, I just would have never, ever taken that risk. And I think most people at your age, at our age, we're in our 50s, bro, would not have taken that risk. What's done is done. And I want to help you figure out a way to work through this and rebuild. So that way, hopefully, you'll have some retirement over the next 10 years. So you don't have to work until you die. Right? But yeah, I mean, at this age, going all out and risking the majority of your money, on one stock because you got a tip, or maybe the stock, was very cheap, so you put all your money into it, and then let's say the company goes belly up. I mean, you're going to lose it all. WrestleMania says, with retirement investments, I always went with the three-legged stool concept. Years ago, it used to be pension, Social Security, stocks, bonds. Now it's a little different since pensions are rare. Yeah, and Social Security, I hope it's going to be there when we retire, WrestleMania, Jamie. I hope it is going to be there when we retire. You can't count on Social Security. I'm hoping it's going to be there. I mean, I think we'll probably end up figuring out, everything by that point. I mean, I'm 15 years out of retirement. You're probably around the same age as myself. 15 years out of retirement. Who knows what's going to happen in the next 15 years? And yeah, pensions are rare. Not every job offers them, right? If you're in a government job, you get them. My mother has a great pension and Social Security, and she's doing fine. Yeah. But yeah, for us folks that are going to be retiring in the next 15 years, I'll probably never retire. I'll probably be doing YouTube videos till the day I die. I'll be like 100 years old. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Oh, man. And then, yeah, stocks and bonds, and individual retirement plan, or, if you're working for somebody else, 401k, that's separate. And you just got to diversify that the right way. I mean, I would, if you want to go high risk, you do it in your 20s through your early to mid 30s. And after 35, you got to, what do they call it? Mitigate your risk. You've got to diversify so you have less of a risk of losing everything you've gained in the last 15 years, right? Life is a gamble. I mean, everything is a gamble, but you've got to really look closely at the gambles you're going to be taking with your livelihood, especially financially. WrestleMania, I do company IRA with the company match, Social Security, stocks, bonds, with Roth IRA as a backup, but need an income to contribute to Roth. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. I was talking a little bit about, individual retirement accounts. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving anyone any advice. We're just, sharing our experiences here because of what happened to our good friend MJ out here on YouTube, who runs the Mystic Warrior channel at Mystic-Warrior. Hey, Grotesque Subhuman 3, how you doing, bro? Welcome to the show. There's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. I just retired this year. Oh, congratulations, bro. Congratulations. You retired at 56, man? Oh, shit. I mean, my father was 76 when he passed away and he hadn't retired yet. So, I'm probably never going to retire WrestleMania. I don't know. I love this YouTube thing way too much. I mean, I love being out here and uplifting people and helping people and I don't think I'll ever retire, and I don't know if Don's going to like that. Don's going to want me to retire. Don and I are going to be together forever. We're just very happy. Eventually we're going to get married one of these days. But I don't think I'll ever retire, but congratulations, bro. Wow. You spend time with your family, your wife, your kids. Good for you, man. I'm really happy for you. So with that being said, I'm going to step away and take about a 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. And then I'm going to come back for another about 45 minutes. I'm going to put something out there for you, MJ, that I'm hoping is going to be able to help you get back on your feet. I have some ideas. I'm going to put it out there publicly, and I'm going to open it up to everyone. And I'll share my thoughts about that after the break. And then I have one Reddit posting I'm going to go over regarding this topic. It's from the subreddit r/stocks. And this one guy made a posting. I think it was a guy. Lost a lot in the stock market. Need advice. And I want to show you folks a different perspective. That's what I love about Reddit. There's a topic for everything. So we'll get to all of that after the break. So I'm going to queue up some royalty-free YouTube music. Let me see here. Do 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 do. WrestleMania says, I have to be on a budget like everyone else, but can do it. I also have an advantage of being a veteran with VA medical benefits. Dude, those are the absolute best benefits on the frickin' planet. Yeah, especially if you have a VA hospital near you. That's just amazing, dude. I mean, I had an ex-girlfriend that's a veteran, and her VA benefits, man, I think they cover pretty much close to 100%, right? Either 100% or pretty close to it. I think it's 100%. Medication, everything. Like veterans, they get taken care of. Going YouTube full time as a side gig, dude. And yeah, maybe there's some things we can work on together down the road. But yeah, dude, I'm sure you're gonna blow up your channel more than you already have. Now you can focus on it full time, dude. I mean, you're a good man, dude. I know it's all gonna pan out for you. But retiring at 56, dude, congratulations, man. Congratulations. That's wonderful. That's great news to hear. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? I know what I want to come back with. Okay. Music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for a break, 5 to 7 or 8 minutes, maybe a little more. Stick around. There's more coming. It's very important. But I'm going to go use the restroom, get some more coffee, and check in with Dawn real quick. She'll probably go back to bed, but I want to check in with her real quick. So yeah, stick around. Stick around. We'll be right back. Magic, Part 2 by Otis McDonald. Yeah. Then you have magic. Yeah. Ethan Mixel, double helix from the YouTube audio library. Yeah, rip it, baby. Rip it, Ethan. Rip it. Yeah. Yeah. Rip it, baby. Rip it. I love this song from the YouTube audio library, Ethan Mixel and Double Helix. Some things will just never change. Never change. That's okay. It's all good in the hood. Yeah. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, live on the main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, where I've been doing these in-studio streams for a little while just to put some more content on this channel so I don't get removed for inactivity from the YouTube partner program. These in-studio streams will go back to Coach Eli 2 authentic live streams over the next week or two. Just making you folks aware of what is going on. So that is that. And yeah, this song is a song I used to play on a former channel that no longer exists years ago when I used to run a show called Coach Eli Live. People love Ethan Mixel's Double Helix, right? So Ethan, bring us back into a very positive second half of the show because we're going to be discussing some pretty serious things to help a wonderful gentleman that goes by the name of MJ. So let's bring it back in. All right. Welcome back. We're going to get right back to this here. There's still a bunch to talk about. I'm going to share some ideas on what I feel can help MJ. I'm also going to ask my audience, the good people of my audience, if they can help in any way, shape, or form. But first, I want to mention this, MJ, something that you also mentioned in your video response to me yesterday. You also mentioned the negativity of the Dramasphere group, primarily stemming from Jamie. I don't have any problems with Jamie or anyone on his end. I don't think Jamie's a bad guy. We've been at peace for a year or so now. And that's all good. And I don't think he's a bad guy, and I do think he is a good friend to you. And I do think there are some people within his group that truly care about you and want to help you in any way, shape, or form. I think what you've been saying in the past and what you said in your video yesterday regarding, regarding that group, I think you've misunderstood what I was saying. Just because Jamie's a good guy and there are some good people there, right? The type of content he creates for entertainment can be considered and usually is pretty, not all the time, but a lot of times it's toxic content. It's fighting back and forth with other creators, male or female. Now, some of it's instigated by him, some of it's instigated by other creators. And it's just a whirlwind of nonsense, in my opinion, that is entertaining to, certain people. And the people of his audience love that. Now, I'm not telling you to not be a part of that. I'm not telling you to not support Jamie or some people over there. What I'm saying is that getting involved in any type of negativity is going to affect you from getting back on track. It's a distraction. It's a huge distraction and a waste of time, in my opinion. Now, behind the scenes, yeah, you have some friends there. Talk with Jamie, talk with some of the other people. I'm hoping maybe there's some way that Jamie and his people can help you. But as far as the type of content that's created through these groups, even though you have some friends within these groups, it's very toxic, negative, time-wasting type of content. And that's all I've been saying, man. I'm saying that if you're going to get back on track based on the position you're in right now, you've got to focus your time on things that are going to move you forward, not things that are going to waste your time, not things that are going to emotionally drain you and wear you out. You don't need any of this endless nonsensical drama. Yeah, be friends with these people, including Jamie and some others. You just don't have to participate in the drama festivities. The few times I've seen his channel, he had a fair number of people watching the live streams. I don't know what you mean by that. Is MJ a veteran? I don't know. I don't think MJ is a veteran. I don't know. He might be. I don't recall him mentioning it. He might have. I don't know. He can share that with us in another video if he'd like. But all I'm saying is that if you're in such a how do I say this the right way? If you're in such a serious position in financial shambles or shambles in general, it's going to take a lot of time and effort and work to get back on track. And there is no time for distractions. That's all I was saying. That's it. I wish no harm upon anyone. Now, just because I don't like that type of content and I don't want to be a part of that doesn't mean that you don't have to be a part of that or you shouldn't be a part of that. You can if you want to. I'm just saying you've got way more important things to focus on than endless nonsensical drama. And, you've gotten involved in it over the years. I used to be involved in it. It wasted a lot of my time and energy, and it drained me. It drained the hell out of me. Now, I don't let it get to me anymore. I don't focus on it. They do their thing. I do mine, and that's that. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying regarding that. So here's what I want to put out there, okay? If you go to MJ's channel by clicking in the title portion of this stream, whether you're here live or on the replay, you click on the @mystic-warrior, that'll take you to his channel. You click on the video that he responded to me. I'm sure he's also put this on some of the other videos within his description section. He shares his Cash App and PayPal information. If anyone here from my end of things has anything to spare to donate to MJ, please go to his channel, go to that video where he responded to me. As of right now, it's the latest video, but he may put out another one. And send them whatever you can if you feel in your heart to do so. Okay? But, if things are tight, you can't do it. There's another way that I feel we can help MJ get back on track. Okay? And MJ needs a place to stay. And in the position that he's in, he really can't afford to spend a whole lot of money on rent or even any money on rent. And this may be a lot to ask, but it doesn't hurt to try. Because if any one of us was in his position, we would hope that someone would stand tall and try to make this happen, right? Now, MJ, give me a second here. I asked MJ where he's currently at. Not exactly, but roughly the area where he's at, because we need to know who's close to him and where would he be willing to move if somebody was willing to offer him a room in their home or a couch or whatever, right? So he is in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, he's nowhere near the West Coast where I'm at. If he was anywhere near here, I would offer him a room where I'm at the house. It would not be a problem at all. But additionally, I don't think he wants to live out here because the cost of living is high and he's more on the East Coast. He wants to be around that area. That's what I assume. Okay. So I want to put it out there to my audience, to the good people out here. MJ's a good guy. He's a trustworthy, reputable, decent person that's just down on his luck. Yeah, in my opinion, he made some mistakes with these investments. It happens. People make mistakes. Okay? I know if he could go back and do it all over again, he probably would have thought twice before making these risky investments. What's done is done. We got to move forward. And I know there are some people that I know that are roughly around the area of where he's at. And if you have any extra space in your home or apartment, or willing to just give him a couch or something to stay for 3 to 6 months at either very low cost or for free, that would be doing an amazing good deed. I'm willing to put my name on the line for MJ. He's a trustworthy guy. He's not going to steal from you. He's going to be respectful. And I'm sure he would be willing to help out around your house or apartment in other ways. And I believe MJ said he is doing some side gigs and, trying to generate some money. But, when you're in this situation, you really can't afford to pay anything for rent or mortgage or whatever. You just can't. What MJ needs is at least 3, maybe 6 months would be better, of somebody just taking him in and letting him recover some money until he can get back out there, get a place again, and have enough saved up to the point of where he can, start to rebuild his finances. All I can do is put it out there. I know there are good people out there. I know there are good people out there that want to help someone like this, because if you were in the same position, you would hope that there'd be someone out there that could help you. Now, if you are open to doing this, please email me at Coach Eli at coach.eliasmelas.com. And I will wait to see what MJ says. I'm sure he'll be fine with it. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Okay. I just had to check something real quick. Okay. Email me at Coach Eli at coach.eliasmelas.com. I'll run it by MJ, and if it's fine, what I will do is I have his email. I'm not going to put his email out here, okay? But what I will do, if he's cool with it, I will send a three-way email. I will, email MJ, carbon copy whoever may be interested in helping, and then you two can communicate. If you want to get me involved, that's up to you, but I just want to make the connection. Grotesque Subhuman 3. Eli, I don't think anyone is in any position to be able to help like that. Why do you say that, Grotesque? That's being very, very negative. There are people in that position. No, most people are not dirt poor, bro. Bro, why do you say most people are dirt poor? I do understand the economy is kind of in shambles right now and inflation is through the roof. But what would it cost someone to let them just sleep on their couch for free for 3 to 6 months? It's not going to cost them any more in their mortgage. It's not going to cost them any more in rent if it's an apartment. And MJ, I'm sure, will buy his own food and will help keep the place clean. Why do we have to look at it from a negative standpoint? Grotesque Subhuman 3. The whole world is not dirt poor. And I don't really think most people are dirt poor. I think because of inflation, most people, are scaling back on some luxuries to be able to afford the normal aspects of life. But come on, dude. Come on, man. There is someone out there that could help him in this situation, in this area. Another person that could possibly even help you, I'm just throwing it out there. You're probably pretty close by to where Jamie lives. Maybe Jamie might be willing to put you up on a couch for 3 to 6 months, and you could help him in other ways. Or maybe somebody from his end might be able to put him up on a couch or have a spare bedroom or something. But why are we being so negative? This is called networking and using your resources to try to help someone who's down and out. I'd like to think more positive that there's somebody out there that may or would be willing to help. Again, there's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. This is why I do what I do. Grotesque says there's a great disproportion of wealth in America. In addition, most people are not trustworthy and they can't afford to take that kind of risk. I beg to differ, bro. I think you and many others are jaded, especially people that are a part of this group. the people surrounding this Dramasphere group, some of which are here. Like, you've been a part of this Dramasphere group. You're just no longer a part of the main Dramasphere stuff, right? But just because a lot of people in this Dramasphere group are not trustworthy people doesn't mean there aren't other trustworthy people or other people that are, willing to give this a chance. There are many people that have known MJ through my neck of the woods here on YouTube for years. And they've seen what he's gone through. So the least I can do is try to, use my resources and try to help a man that's down and out. You got to think more positive, man. If we all think negative, nothing's ever going to turn around for anyone. You got to think more positive, man. More positivity, bro. I know there are many of you good people on my end here that have known MJ. And I know that you have a big heart and soul. And I know if you were in the same position, you would hope someone would help you. If you're in a place where you have some extra space or even a couch you can lend someone in need here to work through this, I would personally greatly appreciate it. If there was more I could do, I would do it. Okay? If he was anywhere near where I'm at and he wanted to live out here, which I don't think most people from the East Coast or the Midwest or South want to be out here, because this is the most astronomically expensive place to live pretty much on the planet. So, yeah, I could offer him a room here for a little while, but what good is that going to do for him? It's just outrageously expensive. And if you haven't lived out here all your life and set yourself up, and, you didn't have family that came out here, 30, 40 years ago, and they put you in a good place, it's just hard to afford it. The only reason why I can afford it is because I get to pay into a family estate that was purchased 30, 40 years ago at the prices back then. Now, buying a house out here, your mortgage would be minimum probably $8,000 to $10,000 a month. Minimum. Grotesque Eli, you're putting words in my chat. Do you understand what most means? Do I need to give you a percentage? No. I understand everything you said, and I disagree with you. End of story. I mean, dude, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine. I think that, you're not having enough faith in humanity that there's somebody out there that could help this man. They don't have to give him any money. They don't even have to give him any food or anything, just some shelter that wouldn't cost them any extra money. Based on what they're already paying. This is the problem with people. They don't even want to try anymore. No one wants to try, and everyone just wants to look out for themselves and not give a shit about anyone else. That's all, man. Have some faith in humanity, dude. The reason why we're in such shambles is because most of you folks have no faith in humanity. You have no faith in the system. You have no faith in yourself. And I'm not saying that about you, bro. I'm just saying, where's the faith? Because without faith, you have nothing. I don't expect people to fully trust people. I don't fully trust people. You can't, but you can have faith in people, right? And I have faith in MJ, and I have faith in the people I'm associated with. I have faith that someone could possibly come through. And if not, at least we tried. That's all. I don't see anyone else trying to help the guy out. I don't mind anyone coming here and sharing their thoughts, but if you're going to be unreasonable and ridiculous, I'm going to call you out. And I'm not saying this to be rude to you, Grotesque. You're entitled to your opinions. I respect your opinions, but I agree in this situation. I stand tall on how I feel. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your thoughts. If you can help MJ, email me, Coach Eli at coacheli@melas.com. But only if I know you. If I don't know you, then don't even worry about it. If I don't know you and you want to try to help him, then you can go to his channel and leave a comment. And if he wants to give you his email, he can. But I'm only going to be dealing with people that I've known for a while, that are real people and I know aren't trolls. And I know at least are somewhat in the position where they could give him a room or a couch for 3 to 6 months. All right. That took a lot out of me. And I got to use the bathroom one more time. So before, I'm going to get to the Reddit posting here, but I'm going to take one more quick break. It's only going to be about a 3 to 5 minute break, a short break. And then we'll come back and go through that posting. Give me a second here. So stick around. We'll be right back. just going to scratch it and get right back down to business. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Before I get to this Reddit posting here, I just want to mention one more time to you, MJ, and other good people that are taking this very seriously. There are going to be a lot of distractions. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to try to probably crawl under your skin, MJ, and try to tell you that, oh, Eli doesn't really care, or he doesn't really want to help you, or he's just trying to use you or whatever. That's not the case. If you feel that way and you don't want me to try to help you and try to get other people to step in and lend you a helping hand in a time of need, that's cool. That's cool. I can't force help upon anyone. All I can do is put it out there and let it ride, because that's the type of person I am. So that's all. I want to make that very, very clear. You're going to have a lot of distractions from people on the internet that I feel are just not in a good place. They're just not in a good place. And we can't focus our time and energy on those distractions if we're going to give this the best chance to turn things around. That's all. That's it. Let me do a sound check real quick and make sure that I'm still coming through. Give me just a second here, please. Care, or he doesn't really want to help you, or he's just trying to use you or whatever. That's not the case. All right, we're good. We are so good. I see you, Donna. Welcome to the show. Donna says, hi all, almost 1 p.m. in UK, so just arrived home. What have I missed? Go back and check out the replay. There's a lot. There's too much to recap on here. An hour and 32 minutes, or an hour and 33 minutes into the show. But welcome, Donna. Great to see you here. All right, let's get on over to this Reddit posting here that may shed some light on people that want to take high-risk investments and stuff like that. This is just my opinion. Again, I am not a financial advisor. I am not giving anyone financial advice. I'm just sharing publicly available information and sharing what other people are saying on the internet about it. That's it. That is it. So let's go ahead and switch on over to the browser screen here. This is from the subreddit r/stocks, and the original poster's title is "Lost a Lot in the Stock Market, Need Advice." One more time, "Lost a lot in the stock market, need advice. Advice requested." Well, I'm going to share my opinions. I'm not going to call it advice or give advice, because again, I am not a financial advisor, I'm not here telling anyone what to do. I'm just sharing information, and you can decide what's best for yourself. But I will share my opinions on what I would do if I was in this position. Okay. First of all, I wouldn't get myself in this position, but hey, everyone is different, right? Okay. The original poster says, "Hello, everyone. I'm feeling stuck and need some advice. Last year, I invested a lot of money, at least for me, in the stock market, hoping to make more money quickly." Yeah, that's what you did, MJ, and that's what a lot of other people have done. "I was inspired by stories of people earning a lot through trading. However, it's been a tough experience." Well, yeah. Like I always say, no risk, no reward. I can understand that, right? And the greater the risk, the greater the reward, but also the greater the risk, the greater the potential loss, right? You got to look at it from both angles, both sides, right? I lost a lot of money, almost all of my savings. Sorry to hear about that. My $50,000, which took years to save. Yeah, you saved $50,000. You worked your ass probably for it, right? Took many years to save, and poof, just like that, it's gone. has reduced to only a few $1,000s. It's been hard to watch. Yeah. It is very, very emotionally taxing for men and women to lose that amount of money quickly because they decided to roll the dice on high risk stock, which, high risk stock is going to give you a greater reward if it pans out, but also if it doesn't pan out, you lose it all, right? Even though I thought I was making smart choices by listening to experts and watching trends, well, you can't always listen to everything that you hear or, take advice from everything you see, right? And even if the people that you're taking advice from regarding this are legitimate and you do everything giving you the best shot to make a great high risk investment for it to pan out, it still has a great chance of not panning out. It's kind of like going to Tahoe or Reno or Vegas or Atlantic City, going into a casino, and if you're worth $1 million, taking $1 million, playing roulette and putting it on black, and then, the red hits, you lose it all, right? Now, in my opinion, what you could do if you had $1 million in the bank and you want to take $100,000 and say, okay, I'm going to go to the casino and I'm going to take 1/10 of my money, $100,000, and I'm going to put it on black or red. If it hits, I double my money. I walk out. Cool. I got more money. But if I lose, I still have $900,000 left. Do you folks understand that? Like that's still a risk, but that is a risk that's not really going to wipe you out, right? You got to look at it from that perspective, right? Or, take the $1 million and put it down on one number on the roulette wheel. I believe if you hit the exact number, it pays 35 to 1. So you put $1 million, on a number, and then that number hits and you win $35 million. I mean, the odds of that are astronomical. Astronomical. Grotesque Subhuman 3, Eli, are you in a position to help MJ? Not financially, but if he was in this area and wanted to live here, I could put him up for a little while. But that's it. I'm not in the financial position to help him out. I'm not. Things are very, very tight for me right now. And I don't need to get into detail regarding that. And where I live is extremely expensive. So I already mentioned that earlier, man. I don't know why you're asking that. It kind of sounds like to me that you're trying to force my hand to offer more than I can because I'm asking for people to help that are able to help. I'm not forcing people to help. I'm saying, hey, if there's somebody that feels in their heart and soul that they can give him a room or a couch to sleep on for 3 to 6 months at little to no cost, that's not going to affect them, right? I'm not asking people, if people want to donate to him, I put that out there. If they want to donate, $50, $100, $20, whatever, sure. But if they can't, maybe they can offer him a couch, or if they have a spare room, they can offer him that room and he can do other things, clean the house or whatever, right? And I believe MJ's a good cook. He could probably cook dinner for that place or whatever, right? Back to the Reddit posting. Even though I thought I was making smart choices, by listening to experts and watching trends, things still went wrong. Now I'm wondering about using AI for investing, since I've heard it can help make better decisions because it doesn't have feelings or get greedy. You know what? AI, come on. A lot of people want to use AI to make content. They want to use AI for everything. In my opinion, AI is good for certain things, and other things, it's a crapshoot, right? The best thing to do, in my opinion, this is not advice, it's my opinion, this is what I would do, is that, if you want to invest some money, I would probably invest no more than 10 or 20% of your net worth. You have to have disposable income in order to invest. If you're investing money, in my opinion, that is not disposable, you're putting yourself at a great risk if it doesn't pan out for you. Has anyone tried using AI for investing? Example, lemon stocks or Pluto. I'm really interested in any advice you have. Thank you. A financially frustrated former trader. Well, I don't blame you for being financially frustrated, but you put yourself in this position, right? The first thing you got to do in order to turn it around is you have to sit there and look at yourself in the mirror and say, I messed up. And it sucks. And I'm in a pretty rough spot. But then you got to gather yourself and say, okay, I got to figure out a way to turn this around. And MJ putting it out there and reaching out, okay, is a good thing. Now, the best thing to do is to reach out to friends and family and stuff like that. But MJ's saying he doesn't have any of that. He says he has no friends, and I believe he doesn't have family, or at least family that would talk with him. I'm sure he would have already used those options. In this situation, this is where family comes into play, right? And here's the thing. There are some people out here on the internet, on YouTube, that criticize people that come from a good family. And if, they got into a situation like MJ, the family would help. Like my family would help my brother or myself. We would help each other out if we got in this position. That's what family is for. And if these people want to criticize that, then so be it. Maybe we're fortunate that we come from a good family. And maybe you're less than fortunate that you don't have family like that or family in a position like that. That's not my fault or my problem, right? We all come from different families, right? Some of us come from broken households, right? Some of us are on our own and we don't have any family, right? They're all gone, right? I feel for you, but that's still, you could share your opinions, but that's still, in my opinion, doesn't give you the right to come out and trash people that have good family that would, in essence, bail them out or help them if need be. That's what family's for, right? That's what family's for. I've been criticized for that, and I really don't care, because all I care about is that I've got good family and we help and support each other out. That's it. I don't think MJ has that. So that's why I'm trying to help him in this way. Dude, now you're being ridiculous, grotesque. Eli, you're a smart guy, you're a life coach, and you have a business. If you can't help MJ financially, what about others who are not as great as you? Many people are decomposing in America and are sinking. Well, listen, man. People that are decomposing and sinking or whatever, it's because of how they've lived their life, how they've mismanaged their money, right? it's a lot of it has to do with their attitude. Because here's the thing. People that have shitty attitudes, people are less prone to want to help them, right? People that have good attitudes, like MJ has a great attitude. He's a good guy. And that's why I believe people are going to be willing to help him, at least in some capacity, okay? But the fact that, there are many people that are sinking, that's, in my opinion, due to improper planning, right? When you're younger, you need to work and save money and make proper investments, have savings, make low-risk investments that'll make you good money over the course of time. When you make high-risk investments that could double your money in one day, you also risk losing your money in one day. So people like me, I planned out my finances since my, early 20s. Costco was my first real job. The movie theater was just a part-time job that I worked throughout high school and a little bit after high school. But when I started working for Costco and started working real jobs and had 401k retirements and stuff like that, I started thinking about my future. You also have to think about a rainy day fund, okay? You have to think about a rainy day fund. You have to think about future inflation. You have to look ahead and prepare for unexpected things. And people have been saying that for the longest time, decades. It's not my fault that people were not prepared for what's happening now. I was prepared. My family was prepared, right? And same with Dawn and her family. They were prepared. Now, we're not rich people, but we're doing okay because we were prepared and we assumed things happening to the economy long before it happened. So you've got to prepare to ride the waves of difficulty. I'm sorry. I feel bad for the people that are not in a good place because they weren't thinking about this 10, 20, 30 years ago when they started working and put enough money off the side, made smarter investments, right? Put away savings for a rainy day. I mean, you can't blame me for that. You got to blame the individuals for that. But those people were told to save money. Those people were told to not spend frivolously, right? But when times were good, they spent frivolously. They bought things they didn't need. And now they're struggling because they spent money foolishly instead of having that money to now ride this wave, right? I'm not trying to be a jerk. It's the truth, man. It's the truth. It's the absolute truth. Let's read some comments here, okay? Royal Duchy says, treat all success stories as marketing advertisements. The market is hard to navigate even for experts. It is. It's volatile. Even for experts, they can lose and they have lost. They just have enough money to keep riding the wave, right? If you have enough disposable income, you make 2 high-risk trades and you lose, and then you still have money to make more high-risk trades, you have a better chance of recouping that money you lost. But if you don't have a lot of disposable income and you lose 1 or 2 high-risk trades, that could wipe you out, such as what happened to MJ. Just put your money into safe EFTs if you make the decision actively trading is not for you. There's no shame in that at all. Pretty profitable too over long periods of time. Yeah, I believe not EFTs, ETFs. ETFs. I believe it's more like a mutual fund type of thing. Yeah, mutual funds are a lot safer. You can still lose, but the risk is far less than high-risk individual stocks. I'm sorry for your big financial loss. It must not be easy to deal with, but you will recover, and it is not the end of the world. Good luck, brother. Yeah, you will recover, MJ, as long as you don't get distracted and you stay focused and you allow people to help you that truly care about helping you and have your best interest in their heads and hearts. That's where I'm coming from. Original poster, thanks for the kind comment. Yes, maybe I should, for now, just go back to ETFs. Okay, I'm not going to read any of this stuff here. I want to read some of the pertinent comments. Markovian MC says, stay away from using AI for investing. I agree. AI is being... AI is a big thing now. It's a big thing for YouTube content. It's a big thing for everything, right? ChatGPT, right? I don't use ChatGPT. I don't need artificial intelligence to basically do a search for me where I can just go to google.com and type in what I'm looking for, right? It's a disastrous idea. Learn from your mistakes and don't fall for whatever is trendy at the moment. I agree. Amen. I couldn't have said it better myself. Big, huge round of applause. Yeah. That's the absolute truth. It is. Whoops. Sorry. What did I do there? Give me a second. Yeah, I minimized the browser. It's okay. It's back now. Grotesque says, I suppose there are different schools of thought about all this. Marianne Williamson had campaigned hard about unfettered capitalism at the hands of insurance companies that is destroying America. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, man. My auto insurance just went up $500 a year with a perfect record with one of the best insurance companies, Mercury Insurance, the cheapest and best coverage. And I have a perfect record. I have all discounts, and my insurance just went up $500 a year, $250 every 6 months. Everyone's insurance is going up because there are more accidents. Cars are made of hard plastic known as fiberglass, and you tap a car nowadays, it's totaled, and insurance companies have to pay out the total amount of the car. Back in the days, it was all Detroit steel, and you could repair the dent. It didn't cost the insurance companies as much, right? And, our youth nowadays are very, very entitled. They think they own the road, and they drive really fast, and so there are more accidents. Like we're all paying the price, dude. We are. But you can sit there and whine and complain about it. You can sit there and, say that we're in shambles, or just, figure out a way to pay for it and move on. Maybe you have to rebudget, your fund, right? I'll tell you this, people out here in the Bay Area, yeah, we have our thoughts about it. I've talked with my neighbors about it. I've talked about it with other people out here. And quite frankly, most people are like, it is what it is. We've worked hard. We've got our savings. We may have to dig into it. We're cutting out, we're taking one less vacation each year or weekend getaway trip. And so people are finding ways to get through it. But if you're going to sit there and whine and complain and try to point, the blame on someone or blame shift, then, come on, man. Is that the way you want to live your life? I don't want to live my life that way. I'm not happy that my insurance went up. It kind of pissed me off, but I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm not going to stop driving. Gas is going back up again. It's almost $5 a gallon back here in the Bay Area. You folks are paying $2.50 to $3 back east. We have a special bullshit blend of gas out here for emission control, smog control and stuff. I could complain about that. I have in the past, but what good's that going to do? I don't want to put negative vibes out there. We find a way to pay for it and we move on. If we have to work a side gig, or if we have to, cut out some luxuries to make it happen, we do that. We do that, right? You either educate yourself or just put your money in broad market index funds, like mutual funds and stuff. These are the safest investments in the stock market. But if you cannot handle volatility, then maybe investing is just not for you. I mean, that's the cold hard facts right there. That's the truth. If you can't afford to lose money, then don't risk your money in that way. I mean, it's plain and simple. Somebody that deleted their account says, your post is incredibly important to this subreddit, that is, as it gives an honest experience that's not based on, look at how awesome I am at trading. I commend you. I commend him too. I commend people that talk about their mistakes so the rest of us can learn to not make the same mistakes, or at least not make them twice if we've already made them, right? Or made the same mistakes. Here is the kicker right here. Lavender Autist, what a great Reddit name, says, you need to stop gambling. Here is the only advice you need. Focus on maximizing your income and savings. Exactly. Focus on maximizing your income and savings. Do not spend time researching stocks. Just spend every day making yourself more valuable to make more money and increase your savings. Well, there's nothing wrong in investing, but investing in more lower risk type of stocks, like mutual funds, that will make you a good amount of money over the course of time. But yeah, if you just want to save money and put in the savings account, even savings accounts now don't even pay you as much interest as they used to, right? There's a lot of red tape involving those now too, right? The truth of the matter is, if you have money sitting around and it's not making you money, that's not good either, right? Like if you put $1 million, and you'd want to put it in multiple savings accounts, because I believe each account is federally insured up to $250,000. FDIC, I believe, FDIC insurance limits. Yeah, it's $250,000. It used to be, I think it used to be $150,000 or $100,000 back in the days. So, every bank account is insured federally up to $250,000. So if you wanted to save $1 million, you'd have to put it in 4 different savings accounts, right? Which are going to pay you very minimal interest, probably now less than 1% annually, right? So if you have money sitting there not making you money, that's not a good thing also. You can invest your money in more safer ways that will yield you more of a return than 1%. And if you lose a little bit, you're not going to lose at all. But typically, mutual funds are not going to really, I'm not saying it's not possible to lose money, but usually you at least break even or make a little bit, right? All right. Then listen to this person's advice on where to place your savings. Well, there's a YouTube link there. If you want to go to this posting on Reddit, you can go ahead and check it out yourself. Stop playing those away games. Not sure what that means, but maybe stop taking crazy risks. Here's another great posting here, like I mentioned earlier. GOGM2 says, you are not investing, you are gambling. You are not investing, you are gambling. Right, you're gambling if you're going high risk, especially with the majority or all your money. Get investing books and read them. Get training books and read them. Don't do opinions, only real. Learn to do it the traditional way with patience. Yeah. That's why, lower risk mutual funds. something that will grow over the course of time that's diversified. Diversity is great in all aspects of the meaning of the word. Yeah. Financial Variety 96 says the only way for an individual investor to make money on the stock exchange is by investing long time. Yeah, that's what I've done. Forget about trading. 80% of the individuals involved in trading lose all their money. Think that you play the game against institutional investors that have huge piles of money. Best minds, universities can develop and complex strategies. What are the odds to win against them? Yeah, the odds are against you. The odds are against you. Making money takes time. If you try to fast track it, it's no different than trying a get rich quick scheme. That's all. That's it. Diversification, DCA, index replication, index ETFs, and that should be enough for you. It is important to remember that such long-term investments will not make you rich overnight, right? It will just increase your wealth over time more than other investments would do. Example, fixed income instruments, even if a balanced portfolio should include them as well. Never pay attention to the investment gurus on the internet that claim you can make a fortune in 1 year. Yeah, I wouldn't listen to them either. I will give you advice on that. Don't listen to these get rich quick scheme type of people. They're just trying to get your click. They're making most of their money through ad revenue and selling you their pipe dream, books or PDFs or whatever they sell, right? That's all. Be careful. Now that you lost a great deal of your money, it will be difficult to build back your wealth. Yeah. You will need patience and discipline. Do not try to recover quickly. This is the reason why gamblers finally end up completely broken. That's why I'm saying for MJ, he needs to find someone that'll let him crash on their couch or has a spare room. Someone that will let him crash there for free or very low cost, like $300 to $500 a month, while you're working a job or two and saving some money. And you want to put enough money away during this time, so then you can go and get your own place, like an apartment or something affordable. Maybe you rent a room from somebody after that, or maybe that person lets you stay after 6 months and you start paying them a little bit of rent. And after a year and a half or so, at that point you should start to recover a bit. And then maybe at that point, you can invest your money in a much safer way, right? Do not try to recover quickly. This is the reason why gamblers finally end up completely broken. Yeah. Yeah. At least I only lost thousands instead of tens of thousands listening to YT money gurus. Yeah. 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 I used to watch some of those videos and I'm like, no thanks. Nope. Brick 1972 says, that's a great name, Brick 1972. Please take the advice to heart that the stock market is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Exactly. I've been saying that. See, I even said that before I even read this. It can be, but people who treat it that way tend to lose far more than win. Right. I was worried about the popularity of TSLA, the combination of Elon in the Zeitgeist, whatever it is, and the super returns during 2020 and 2021. And meme stocks would propel far too many people into taking big gambles. I guess this also happened before, but with social media and more access to trading than it ever seemed prime for bad news. And I feel like the frequency of these style posts is going up. Yeah, one of the big things recently was that GameStop stock that was inflated through that group online. Then the group was shut down. And then I remember Robinhood stopped trading on GameStop stock. And there was this big fiasco over it. I mean, you do not want to be involved in stuff like that because you're going to get burned. If it's too good to be true, you're going to get burned every single time. And a lot of people got burned in the GameStop thing. They had a lot of money. And then, boom. Not only did they lose the money that they gained, they lost the money they put in. The problem, of course, is that the 3 to 5% of people who come out ahead of the market have a much more compelling story and reason to share it than everyone else. Yeah, a lot of people on YouTube, they will use clickbaity thumbnails and they will talk about things in their videos that I'm not saying what they're saying is not true or misinformation. It should be, but it's not. But it's not typical for the average everyday investor what they're putting out there. And they're trying to lead you to believe it is. So it is borderline misinformation, but definitely it's a get-rich-quick scheme to try to get you to click into their videos so they can make ad revenue. And then they can sell you their books or their PDFs on how to invest and make this money. It's a big joke. You got to be careful. It's a big joke. Big joke. Yep. Let me see here. I never understood, Saint Rainbow says, I never understood this whole think of it as a lesson. Had original posters bet paid off, nobody would be telling original poster they have learned a lesson and got paid to do so at the same time. Yeah, if his high-risk investments doubled or tripled his money, just like if MJ's high-risk investments doubled or tripled his money, he would be ecstatic, right? But that doesn't take away that the initial risk was great, right? And typically people that get lucky and triple their money end up doubling down in the future and lose it all then. At some point, people get cocky and they think they can keep beating the system, and eventually they lose it all, regardless of how much they gain initially. Well, that's all. I'm not going to read any more here. If you folks want to go check out this posting, I'm not going to share the link, but it's on the r/stocks subreddit on reddit.com. And the title is Lost a Lot in the Stock Market, Need Advice. All right. We are at 2 hours and 9 minutes. I'm going to go back to full screen and wrap this up. You know, MJ, I've had some tough decisions to make in my life regarding finances. You know, I used to sell insurance, and I lost the passion to sell insurance. And I really wanted to go all in on my coaching because this is what I'm passionate about. Grotesque Subhuman 3 says, Eli, we love you and we need you. We need you to fight the battles against these insurance companies. There's no battle to fight, bro. They don't want to raise the rates. They're losing money. Insurance companies have lost money. That's why the rates are going up. If they don't raise the rates, they're going to go insolvent. Insolvency is they're going to go out of business. Then we're going to have no insurance. then everyone drives uninsured. And if you crash, you have to buy a new car and then still pay off the loan of the existing car. Or if you've already paid it off, you got to buy another car and spend more money. I mean, this is the thing, dude. You and some others feel the need that we have to battle everything. There are some things that don't need to be battled. There's no point. It is what it is. You just have to find ways to, earn more income and save more money, not spend money as foolishly as we all have. We've all spent money foolishly, man, including myself. Maybe, I haven't been as bad as some other people because, I've been able to put money away throughout my entire life, for rainy days and to get through other periods of time, like, growing my business now, growing this coaching business here, going from selling insurance to selling my book to, reinvesting that money on top of other things that I've built up since I was 15 years old. But MJ, you can get through this, but you got to stay focused. And you're going to have absolutely zero time for drama and for people to waste your time. And you got to act now. You got to act right away. Grotesque says, Eli, they are the 2%ers. We must fight for the American people. Don't let the people suffer like this. I disagree with you, bro. You're coming at it from a very old school conservative point of view. And while I respect your opinion and opinions, I disagree. I'm not disagreeing because I'm a slight left liberal and you're conservative. I disagree because some things are not worth fighting. There's nothing to fight. It is what it is. Insurance companies will go insolvent if they don't raise their rates. The cost of driving and the cost, for insurance companies has gone up. They're losing money. They're losing money. And the same thing's happening with homeowners insurance, at least here in California, and probably going to happen throughout other states. And if you don't think the millennials and the Gen Zers, two of the most entitled and spoiled generations on the planet, have a lot to do with this, yeah, because they're negligent. And when they get on the road, they drive with negligence. They drive 60, 70 miles an hour in a 30 zone, even out here in Redwood City, and they cause accidents unnecessarily. And some people end up dying unnecessarily because of that. Please listen to Marianne Williamson. She's running in the Democratic Party. Yeah, I mean, yes, I know we're in an election year, and I'll probably end up talking about that at some point, but right now it's still early on, and I've got way more important things to talk about. Like this MJ thing to me is very important, and I wanted to drop everything and do whatever I can to try to help the guy. And if it doesn't get him anywhere, at least I tried. I can't live with myself if I know someone is hurting and I don't at least try to help them out in some way, shape, or form. So I'm not bashing you, MJ. I'm not using you. I'm trying to use my resources and my reach out here, whatever it may be. It's not the biggest reach, but I do know people. And I'm hoping one of them will come through and try to help you out in your time of need. And if not, whatever I can do in the future to help you, if I can throw you a few bucks here and there I'll look at my finances. I will do that. And if I can't, then I can't. It's just, folks, you've got to be in an okay, or you gotta have, what do you call it? You got to have the resources, extra resources financially to be able to help someone that's struggling. You don't want to put yourself in the same position they're in to try to help them. You help them if you have extra resources, right? That are expendable. That's all. So I want to go. I got to get some rest. I did sleep earlier tonight. Don and I went to bed early, and I got up and I really wanted to get this show done in the middle of the night. But I'll be back more than likely for a walk on Coach Eli 2 Authentic live streams later today, later in the afternoon. So if you haven't subscribed to Coach Eli 2, go below in the description and subscribe there. YouTube.com/Coach Eli 2 or at Coach Eli 2 is the handle. Subscribe, bang the bell, then make sure you select all notifications and you won't miss anything. So that is that. I hope you all have a great day. Take care for now. And be good to each other. Talk to you all later. We're out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.